Bachelorette Jenn Tran sobbing over latest rejection. Bachelorette Jenn Tran has seen her fair share of heartache over the past several months. She had a broken engagement, was eliminated from Dancing with the Stars, and now found out more bad news. This new rejection has Jenn sobbing. What happened? Keep reading to get the scoop. Jenn Tran upset over rejection. Bachelorette Jenn Tran is really upset over her latest rejection. Fans know how much she has come to love dancing. 2 months ago, she never knew she really liked it. Now she loves it and hates that it's over. She was so excited when Sasha Farber told her they get to dance at the finale next week. Jenn even mentioned that she would love to go on the Dido T Yes Alive tour. However, that dream came to an end this week. She went to Instagram to share a video of her getting ready and explain what happened. Jenn said, "I got a call about the tour, and I won't be going on tour, which is really sad because I really wanted to go. I felt like with tour, I was gonna be able to hold on to this feeling a little bit longer and hold on to this dancing moment that I've been having." She then admitted she was sobbing and felt silly doing so. However, she is disappointed and just wants a moment to let it sink in. She actually loved performing and will miss that aspect of it. Jenn fully plans on taking more dance classes in the future, but admits it's not the same. She concluded her video by saying, "You know the saying, don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened, and it really is true. I really did have the best 2 months of my life dancing." Is she dating Sasha Farber? Jenn Tran and pro dancer Sasha Farber have been spending a lot of time together. Fans are speculating that there is more than friendship between them. She's even been staying at his place while she's still in Los Angeles. However, both Jenn and Sasha continue to avoid the questions about their relationship and play coy. Their flirty photos and videos say there's just as much chemistry off camera as there is on camera. The lights of the Bachelorette mansion twinkled against the midnight sky, their brilliance a sharp contrast to the dark, heavy mood enveloping Jenn Tran. Once the cameras stopped rolling, the reality of her latest rejection struck her like a wave crashing on a brittle sandcastle. It wasn't supposed to end like this. Not again, not tonight. Jenn had entered the journey with stars in her eyes and a hopeful heart. She was confident, vivacious, and unapologetically herself. But as she sat alone on the marble steps of the sprawling estate, tears streaking her perfectly contoured cheeks, Jenn wondered if love was simply not in the cards for her. The latest rejection wasn't just another moment of heartbreak. It was a culmination of doubts and insecurities that had simmered under the surface throughout her journey. Her connection with Mason, the brooding artist from Seattle, had seemed promising. From their intimate talks about life and dreams to the way his eyes softened every time he looked at her, Jenn believed they were building something real. Yet his decision to walk away had shattered her confidence. The rejection stung deeper because of the words he'd chosen. "You're incredible, Jenn," Mason had said, his voice laced with regret. "But I can't give you what you need. I'm still figuring out who I am, and it wouldn't be fair to you." Fair. That word echoed in Jenn's mind, sharp and biting. What was fair about opening herself up only to be left vulnerable, clutching pieces of a dream that was no longer hers to hold? As the production crew buzzed around, Jenn retreated to a quieter corner of the estate. There she let her guard down completely. Gone was the poised woman who had faced countless suitors with grace and charm. In her place was a woman wrestling with feelings of inadequacy. Her sobs, soft at first, grew louder until they filled the space around her. She thought about the sacrifices she'd made to be here, the career opportunities she'd put on hold, the friendships that had been strained, and the pressure she felt from her family to find the one. Jenn's parents, who had always valued traditional values, had been skeptical about her joining a reality show to find love. Now she couldn't shake the fear that she had proven them right. "Jenn." A soft voice broke through her thoughts. It was Ellie, the show's host, and a confident Jenn had grown to trust. Dressed in a sleek silver gown, Ellie approached cautiously, her expression a mix of concern and understanding. "I needed a moment," Jenn said, wiping her tears quickly as if embarrassed to be caught in such a raw state. Ellie sat beside her, her presence calming. "It's okay to feel this way. This process, it's intense, and it pushes every button you have." "I just don't get it," Jenn said, her voice trembling. "I keep putting myself out there, being vulnerable, but it's never enough. What am I doing wrong?" Ellie placed a reassuring hand on Jen's shoulder. You're not doing anything wrong. Sometimes it's not about being enough or not, it's about timing, alignment, and the other person's journey. That doesn't diminish your worth. Jenn nodded, though her heart still felt heavy. But what if I'm just not meant to find love this way? What if I'm wasting my time? Ellie's eyes softened. Love doesn't always come in the way we expect it. Sometimes the most painful moments teach us what we truly need. The conversation lingered in Jen's mind as she returned to the mansion the next day. Though emotionally drained, she knew she had a decision to make: give up or keep going. The morning after, the following morning, Jenn woke up to find a handwritten note slipped under her door. The sight of her name written in Mason's familiar scrawl made her heart race. She hesitated, unsure if she could handle more emotional turbulence. Finally, with trembling fingers, she opened the letter. Jenn, I know I hurt you last night, and for that, I'm truly sorry. You deserve clarity, so here it is. My decision wasn't about you, it was about me. I have feelings for you, but I'm terrified of not being enough for someone as incredible as you. That fear made me run. I hope you can forgive me, Mason. The letter left Jenn conflicted. Was Mason being genuine, or was this another excuse? Her friends on the show had warned her about men who weren't ready for commitment, but her heart still ached for the connection they'd shared. The rest of the day was a blur of activities. The remaining suitors tried to lift Jen's spirits, organizing a group breakfast and showering her with compliments. Yet, none of it could erase the sting of Mason's departure. It wasn't until the cocktail party that Jenn found herself confronting her emotions head-on. As the suitors mingled, Jenn stood on the balcony, gazing at the stars. She thought about the women watching her journey from their living rooms, those who saw her as a beacon of hope, those who related to her struggles, and those who cheered for her resilience. For them, and for herself, Jenn resolved to keep fighting. She couldn't let one rejection define her story. The rose ceremony. By the time the rose ceremony arrived, Jenn was ready to face the evening with renewed strength. Dressed in a breathtaking emerald gown that accentuated her confidence, she addressed the suitors with heartfelt honesty. This week has been one of the hardest of my life, she admitted, her voice steady. But it's also reminded me of what I'm looking for: someone who sees me, values me, and is willing to build something real. If you're not that person, it's okay. Just be honest with me. Her words struck a chord with the group. As the roses were handed out, Jenn felt a sense of empowerment. She was taking control of her narrative, refusing to let heartbreak dictate her path. A new chapter. Back in her room, Jenn reflected on the evening. She wasn't naive. She knew more challenges lay ahead. But for the first time in days, she felt a spark of hope. As she prepared for bed, her phone buzzed with a notification. It was a video message from her best friend, who had been her biggest cheerleader throughout this journey. "You've got this, Jenn," her friend said with a grin. "Remember, you're not looking for just anyone, you're looking for the right one. And when he comes along, he'll be lucky to have you." Jenn smiled through fresh tears, this time of gratitude. Rejection might be a painful part of her journey, but it wasn't the end. It was simply a stepping stone to the love story she deserved. And with that thought, Jenn drifted off to sleep, ready to embrace whatever tomorrow would bring.